Hey guys, in this video we are going to talk about the safety in Mexico City. How safe is it? And we're also going to dive into tips and tricks for staying as safe as possible when you are in Mexico City. If you're new to the channel, my name's Adam. I'm a travel YouTuber. This is my channel, and I just spent 6 weeks living in Mexico City, so I have a lot of opinions on the subject. And I want to be completely honest with you. I did zero research about how safe Mexico City was before I went there, which was not a good idea. It's really good that you're doing research right now before your trip to Mexico City, because there are things that I wish I would have known that could have kept me a bit safer. It would have been, I'll get into that in this video. But anyway, so the first tip I have for staying as safe as possible in Mexico City is to stay in one of the safer neighborhoods. Those are Condesa, in order. The safest is Condesa, and then Roma, and then Escandon, and then Centro. But those are definitely in order. Like I stayed in Condesa for a bit of time and Roma, and both of those places, both those neighborhoods, you can feel extremely safe walking around during the day and walking around at night. I would commonly walk around with a big backpack on, with my laptop, my phone in my hand, and feel completely safe. I never got any weird like glances from people that I thought were gonna try to steal my stuff or anything like that. I felt very, very safe in those neighborhoods. I actually did a lot of walking around the Roma and the Condesa neighborhoods at night. Never had a problem. Always felt very, very safe being in those areas, even at night. So I would highly recommend staying in the Roma or the Condesa neighborhood when you're in Mexico City. If you do choose to stay in Centro, one thing you're going to want to be aware of is that there are actually sketchier parts of town right around Centro. So you want to make sure that if you're trying to stay safe in Mexico City and you stay in Centro, you're not accidentally wandering in to one of the less safe parts of town. And just a quick side note, if you're familiar with Mexico City, you can tell that I'm not in Mexico City right now. I'm actually in Puerto Vallarta. I'm gonna be staying here for a month, making a lot of videos. So if you wanna see Puerto Vallarta videos, when those come out, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bells on, and yeah, you'll be able to see all of my Puerto Vallarta videos right when they come out, and there's gonna be some good ones coming, so make sure you do that. All right, so the next tip for staying as safe as possible in Mexico City is simply to avoid the most dangerous neighborhoods. Those are Tepito being the most unsafe, and then Doctores, and then Ciudad Neza, La Merced Market, and Iztapalapa. Those are all neighborhoods in Mexico City that you are definitely gonna want to avoid. The next tip to staying as safe as possible in Mexico City is to never hail a taxi off of the street. Some percentage of the taxis in Mexico City are ran by criminals, and they're actually there to kidnap people and rob people. It is going to be a very small percentage of taxis that are doing that, but if you absolutely need to take a taxi, you should take what is called I believe it's a silo taxi, a sitting taxi. It's for take a taxi from a taxi stand, and it's actually a lot easier and cheaper to just take an Uber or a Didi. Didi is actually cheaper than an Uber, and it's cheaper than a taxi, and they're going to be safer because you can see that a driver is given 1,000 rides or something like that, right, and get a star rating and stuff like that. So Uber or Didi is going to be a safer bet, and it's going to save you money. So just do that. Something else you should always do to be as safe as possible in Mexico City is to always have a working phone on you. You can get a Telcel SIM card at any OXXO in Mexico, and you want to make sure you keep that topped up so you always have working data on your phone. A good example of when you're going to want this is, like, for instance, when I was exploring Centro Historico, I ended up wandering through markets, and I ended up finding myself in a somewhat sketchier part of town. I was actually really, really close to La Merced Market, and I was able to, you know, because I had data on my phone, just check Google Maps and walk in the opposite direction of La Merced Market, where honestly, at that point in time, I actually didn't know which direction was walking towards La Merced and which was walking away from La Merced. So by having a working SIM card, I was able to do that, and it allows you to, you know, request that Uber, request that Didi very, very easily. So always keep a working SIM card on you. The next tip is to always dress like a local. In Mexico City, locals wear long pants and long sleeves most of the time. It's not the warmest place in the world, right? You're not in Cancun, you're not in Playa del Carmen anymore. Locals are wearing sleeves. So best way to blend in is to also wear sleeves. Wear pants, wear long sleeve shirts, and you know, if you're wearing flip-flops or you're wearing a tank top, like, you are gonna look like a tourist from 50 yards away. Someone's gonna be able to pick you out. So that, you don't want to be doing that. The next tip is to always be prepared to be robbed. So always be prepared, always be thinking about it. This comes to, okay, when you leave your Airbnb, leave your passport in your Airbnb at all times, right? Bring a skeleton wallet with you, only bring one credit card and all the cash that you need. Don't bring extra cash. Don't bring a debit card with you while you're just walking around. That's just asking for problems. Another one is to use secret pockets in your shorts to hide money. Like you don't want to have all your money in your wallet, because if your wallet gets stolen, or you don't want to have all your money in your backpack, because if your backpack gets stolen, then you have nothing, right? You want to be separating your money. So some of it's maybe in your wallet, some of it's in your backpack, some of it is in a second pocket, just in case you do happen to get pickpocketed, that you know, they don't get everything. Along this same note of always being prepared to be robbed is, if you have a backpack or a bag like I do most of the time, always make sure it's touching you. Keep it either on your chest or on your back, or if you're sitting at a restaurant, have one of the straps, one of the loops around your leg or around your arm or something like that. Just the other day, my girlfriend and I were having dinner with a friend. My girlfriend got up to go to the bathroom. The friend and I were talking. We were swapping places on Google Maps, and she actually got her bag stolen. You know, here's the video camera footage of it. It's pretty crazy, but you know, that can happen. So you definitely want to always have part of your bag touching you. You always want to be in contact with it, because that would have deterred these guys from actually snatching this bag. So pretty crazy. It's really unfortunate this has happened, but this is actually the only theft that I have been close to and witnessed in my 4 months or so of being in Mexico this year. So it is pretty uncommon. Like, you can feel pretty safe when you're in Mexico, when you're in Mexico City, but it is definitely something that can happen and you need to watch out for and you need to plan for. And unfortunately, she had all her credit cards and debit cards and a bunch of cash in her bag. And you know, that's kind of part of the reason I'm making this video right now, because you need to know that you need to separate this stuff out. And yeah, it can really save you a lot of hassle in the long run. Mexico City is actually very safe. Like I said in the beginning, it's the 3rd safest city in all of Mexico. There's one police officer for every 100 citizens. So that's pretty crazy. And Mexico City, you know, in the news and everything, you always hear about homicides, people being killed in Mexico. Sure, the cartels kill people. The cartels are killing other cartels a lot of times in very specific parts of Mexico, but that's not really happening in Mexico City. Here's another interesting tidbit for you guys. So personally, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't be concerned about like how much crime there is in Washington, D.C. before planning a trip to Washington, D.C., right? Well, Mexico City actually has the exact same homicide rate as Washington, D.C. does. So that's pretty interesting. But you can honestly probably even be safer in Mexico City than in Washington, D.C., as long as you avoid those 5 areas that are the most dangerous in Mexico City. So I hope there's not too much noise in the background. I hope I can use this. Sorry, walking on the beach here in Puerto Vallarta right now, because this is my new home now. Now I'm gonna be spending a month here, making a whole bunch of videos for you guys here in Puerto Vallarta. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and I will see you guys in a video about Puerto Vallarta very soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.